I will do. Thanks ever so much. Hi there.
Hi.
So yeah, first of all, great news that we've just seen. Moises Caicedo. Talk us through what's he going to bring to Brighton.
Well, he's a young player, midfield player, physical, athletic, box to box, a little bit different to what we have. It's I think he's at the moment he's one for the future because I think the last time he played was middle of December. He's been on a break. It's quite a complex deal to go through, so I think we'll have to be patient with him, let him settle in, let him adapt to us and a new country and a new team and a new league. But yeah, he's an exciting young player.
And there was some talk of him going to Belgium. Is he going to stay put in Brighton or go to the sister club? What's the plan?
No, the plan is that he's going to be with us. Of course, you always have to have a look and see what the right thing for him to do in terms of his development. But the plan is for him to acclimatise and settle in here with us.
Perfect. I'll move on to the game in question. I mean, it was a great win for you guys against Tottenham. Do you think you can do it again against Liverpool?
Well, that's the challenge. That's the Premier League for you. You'd like a few more days just to enjoy the victory, but that's not how it is. Games are thick and fast. We've got a couple of days to recover, to turn around, and to prepare to face the champions. So a massive test for us. We had a good game against them here at the Amex. We're expecting another really, really tough game. They're in a good moment of form. So we'll do our best.
Just talk us through the team news, if you will. Are there any injuries at all, or anyone out? Anyone come back in?
Well, yeah. I mean, we're just sort of recovering the boys at the moment. Alexis MacAllister, slight issue, but we'll see how he is. Just in his glute. Joel Veltman was also feeling a bit of tightness. But we need to give him probably another 24, 48 hours before we make those decisions. Apart from that, I don't think there was anything else in the game.
What do you see as the main threats from this Liverpool side then?
Well, they've got lots. Clearly, the front three are very, very dangerous. The movement is sensational. Midfield three are all incredibly talented. Fullbacks give them width and dynamic play from the wide areas. It's a machine. Liverpool is a machine. Incredibly well coached. Jurgen has done a fantastic job there. Really good, unit, team spirit. They fight for each other. They're the champions. Not so long back, the champions of Europe. So they've been one of the teams of modern time. So it's a fantastic test for us.
You mentioned Alexis MacAllister earlier. I just wanted to ask you about him because obviously another player that's come from South America, and in recent months really started to come into his own as well, hasn't he?
He has, yeah. It's probably been a frustrating time for him. He's had a lot to deal with in terms of just coming across here and adapting, and then we go into a global pandemic, which isn't easy to deal with, of course. And yeah, little injuries and illness and things like that. So yeah, it probably it's just a good example of how it's not straightforward for young people to come and to move across the world and to settle into the most demanding league in the world. You have to give them some time and help them. But with Alexis, his mentality is top. He's a good guy, good lad that wants to learn, that wants to fight for the team. Very intelligent. So when you've got those attributes, you've got a chance.
Glenn Murray as well. The news that he's left today. Took me through his time at Brighton because he was a key player for the club, wasn't he?
Yeah, fantastic servant for the club, a legend at Brighton Hove Albion. For what he's achieved and what he's done for the club. For me personally, he was a fantastic team player, colleague, someone that I had a lot of time for, I liked a lot. He's a big character, good in the dressing room for us. and yeah, it's just nice that he can carry on playing football. That's what he wanted to do. Nice that we could help him do that. We obviously wish him well at Nottingham Forest. He's always welcome back here. Top guy. I've got a lot of respect for him.
And then looking at the business that you've done, are you pleased with your window, and are you finished, or are you still in the market? Still 8 hours to go?
No, like I said before, that we're happy with where the group is. Nice feeling amongst the squad at the moment. Good competition, nice togetherness, nice feeling in the group, which is good. Everybody's pushing. So yeah, we're happy.
Thanks very much. Appreciate it.
No
Cheers.
problem.
Hi Graham. First of all, I was just wondering how much of a sort of a shot in the arm was that performance, as well as the result against Tottenham, going into a game like Liverpool?
Well, to be honest, we were probably at the stage where we're a bit sick of talking about performances and just nice to get 3 points. So the result was probably the shot in the arm, I would say. It's not like performances have been a problem for us. I think we've performed quite well over the season. It's converting the performances into results, and that's what we spoke about before the game. We're conscious of where we are, so we know that that's very important, and I think it's nice to get a result, but also as you're alluding, that the performance was worthy of the result, and that breeds, I think, confidence and belief, and a feeling that we're on the right path.
And confidence and belief as well. I know they didn't have Harry Kane, but beating one of the established top order as well, going into playing another one of them.
Yeah, every game is different, and I think everybody's got problems in terms of, we faced Liverpool without Van Dijk, Manchester City have lost De Bruyne, Tariq Lamptey's missing for us, who's an equally, is an influential player for us as an example. So I think everybody's got those challenges. So we have to just focus on what we can do on our team and our performance. We did that, and now we have to understand that we have to start again and meet another top opponent. They're the champions. Whenever you play the champions, it's a huge test. It's a huge challenge. So we'll go to Anfield ready for that and prepared for that.
And I'm sure you've obviously seen it throughout all of your analysis, but it's incredible that actually teams look at their most vulnerable against Liverpool sometimes when they're attacking.
Yeah, because the transition is incredibly powerful, well coached, well oiled machine with incredible physicality and quality. The goal that they scored the other night from I think West Ham's corner was as a higher quality a goal as you'll see. So they've got that physicality, they've got that quality that they can. Yeah, you think you get yourself excited because you're around their box, but pretty quickly it's in the back of your net, and that's the challenge that Liverpool face. That's what they bring you, but they also can dominate with possession and drive you back as well. So as you'd expect from a team that has accumulated so many Premier League points over the last couple of years, and are the champions and were the champions of Europe a season ago, they're a fantastic team, one of the best. So. We know that and we respect that, but of course we want to go there and do our best.
Just finally from me, how proud and satisfied are you of 3 consecutive clean sheets in the Premier League? I spoke to your keeper and one of your defenders earlier, and pride was the overriding emotion because it's so difficult to do that in the Premier League.
It is. It's something that, of course, we work on, and we want to carry on with. As you say, the attacking players against you that makes it so complicated to do, but credit to the players, they've worked hard. I think we've defended generally across the season quite well, but sometimes we've been punished for not too much, and that's just, again, the nature of the league. So nice for the boys to get a bit of reward, clean sheets, that'll be important, and certainly we'll have to defend at Anfield. We'll have to defend well.
Cheers, Graham.
Thank you.
Graham, in regards to Moises, he's a player that was at one stage linked with the likes of Chelsea and Manchester United. Is that a sign of where Brighton are at as a club and the ambition for this club, that you're able to attract a player like him?
Well, I can't comment on that type of speculation. I have no idea, but I think what it shows is I think we've done quite well in terms of a pathway for younger players into the first team. We know we're not a development club. We know we're not an academy. We know we're in the Premier League. We have to get results at the end of the day. But for us to be competitive longer term, I think we have to have that ability to be able to sign maybe players that are not have reached their potential, and maybe we can help them get there, and that's how we can grow as a football club. So that's exciting. It's not easy to do because you're not buying the sure thing. You've got to do a lot of work. To take a young person from the other side of the world and expect everything to go smoothly is not the reality. A lot of work has to go in, and that's what we're prepared to do. We'll do our best.
You said he's a player for the future. What are your hopes for him over the next few months as we head towards the back end of this season?
I don't think it'd be fair of me to put any real expectations on him for the next couple of months, to be honest. I think his main thing is to settle in and to adapt. We've got a good group. He's not coming in to fix any problems for us in the first team, that's for sure. He's here to settle in and get to know us. We get to know him, and so the expectations are just that, really.
And finally, from me, you mentioned in the past, or the club has mentioned in the past, that the ambition is to one day be a top 10 Premier League side. With the squad you've got in place now, with the core group of players you've got in place now, do you feel like you've got that core that can one day do that? Or do you feel like you'll need a few more transfer windows to get to where you want to be with that?
Well, I think we know we can improve a lot. You always need a bit of luck, and I think it's not just about where you finish in one season, because you can finish high in one season and then the rest the other seasons it can go wrong. So it's about progressing the club in a really significant way, and I think you have to do lots of things for that to happen. It's not just about the odd football result. It's about a sustained period of quality work, good recruitment, good use of the academy, maximising the resources that you've got at the club, because we're in the most competitive league in the world, and to be in those positions takes an incredible amount of effort and time and resource. But that's the exciting thing. That's what we're here for, and we're that's the if you like, the long-term aim. But we can't lose sight of the fact that the most important thing is the next match, which is Anfield, which is Liverpool, and that's what we're focusing on.
And just one final one in regards to the Liverpool game, in regards to keeping momentum going. You've spoken in the past about just how tough it is to win matches in the Premier League. So what are you doing to ensure that you can keep the momentum going? Well,
we've just got to recover. That's all we can do at the moment. That's the job. Recover the guys. They've been in today. We'll be doing the same tomorrow. Just making sure everybody's okay, making the right decisions in terms of who can go again, and then preparing the match as we do. And that's what we'll focus on.
Thanks, Graham. All the best.
Cheers.
Graham, you talked a little bit about the size of the squad and trimming it down a little bit. Could you see any more exits from today?
I don't think so, Johnny. There might be maybe the odd one, but I'm not sure. I think that'll depend on whether there's something right for the player and the club. But I've got nothing to report on that. I think it'll be pretty much as it is.
You mentioned Alexis MacAllister. He seems to be playing in a more central role, maybe more like a true number 10. Was that a conscious decision from you to bring him more, to get him on the ball more in recent weeks?
Well, I think he's that type of player that can play in quite a few positions. It looks like he's been central, but he can pick up space quite well. He understands where his teammates are and his role on the pitch in relation to them and in relation to the opposition. He's an intelligent footballer. I think it's one of his big attributes that you can explain something and he gets it quite straightforward. He gets it straight away, and you can see that on the pitch. And then he's obviously got confidence, and he's been playing a bit, so he's in a good moment. But I think the more that he's involved in the game, the better.
And also about partnerships, because he seems to be on the same wavelength of Pascal Gross and Neil and Leandro. That takes time, doesn't it? Building those partnerships on the pitch. Yeah,
it does, and I think you're right. They've got a nice understanding. The type of players that I think they appreciate each other, and they're working for each other. If one makes a mistake, the other one covers up, and they've got a good understanding, a good spirit. I think it's running through the team, running through the group. Just the boys trained today that weren't in the start 11, and they're fantastic level. Really good. So that's again another sign that the group are pushing. They want to be involved. They want to play. They want to help the team. So that's what we need to carry on with.
Lovely. Thanks very much, Graham.
Cheers, Johnny.
Hi, Graham. An awful lot of clubs are muted to have an interest in Yves Bissouma. How important is it for you as a manager to hold a player of that calibre, Graham, at your club?
It is. Of course, we want to keep our good players. At the same time, I think you also have to understand that we are where we are in the football pyramid. For us to grow, I think we'll we have to be brave enough to be able to sell players as well. I don't think we've done that so much. So that's I don't think that's a bad thing. But of course we know that we're in control of that situation, and that's the most important thing. But as it is, I think all our players are very, very happy here. We're delighted to be working with them, and nobody's going to leave unless the price is right for us.
And Graham just mentioned about one of your players there that's out on loan at the moment, Shane Duffy, out of Celtic. Are you monitoring his process, and is there an option for Shane to come back to you if injuries for later in the season, if he got one or two injuries, or is he with Celtic until the end of the year? And what's Shane's future at the club?
No, Shane was just he's at Celtic for the season. That was the arrangement. He was keen to go there, and obviously Celtic were keen to have him. So it's a season-long loan, and then we'll assess at the end of that season. I know it's probably hasn't gone as well as he would like. But as I've said before, he's a fighter, Shane, and good guy, good character. So I'm sure he'll be fighting to make things better.
Yeah, and I suppose lastly for me, Graham, in terms of Moises Caicedo, the new signing, does he offer you that threat in behind defences in terms of his pace and be able to stretch teams a bit more, go route one and ball over the top as well for him to exploit? Is that one of his main attributes?
Well, he's a box-to-box midfield player, and he's athletic, dynamic with his movements. So he's got that capability. So, like I said, we just have to allow him to settle in and get to know him and him us, and then we'll see. He's a player for the future.